Welcome back guys to a new video. Now today I'm going to be talking about the next major update coming for Ark Survival Evolved March 2018, which is obviously this month. There's a lot to talk about today, and there's actually something that we haven't had that much news on, which so many people are going on about, that I'm going to be talking about towards the end of the video. So if you want to know about S+, wait until the end of the video because I'm going to be talking about it. If you do enjoy today's video and you get all the news you need to know, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. I know I say that all the time, but the support seriously means so much to me. And I actually want to say sorry for my upload schedule recently. It hasn't been the best, and I really want to get back on track of uploading every single day. My aim for this year was actually trying to get double uploads out, but it hasn't been going very well. So I'm going to try my best to get straight back on track with the videos for you guys all the time. But we're going to be starting off anyway on the PC patch notes and the first part of the video. So, very rare at the moment, Wildcard actually say upcoming versions anymore, which is version 2.7.9 for the PC, and all of this obviously comes out on the console later on for the Xbox One and the PS4. They used to do it all the time, letting us know what's coming next, and then they stopped doing it because I think they just they kind of change ideas of what's coming quite a lot, and they don't want to get people upset. But they've actually got the upcoming version 2.7.9 on the PC, which is going to be the Tlc Phase 2. So we had Phase 1 last month, which was all the new dinos that have been changed, and now we're going to be having Phase 2. A huge thing that is going to be coming with this update is bug fixes and quality of life improvements and lots of new features to be announced. Now, we don't know what these features are at the moment, but I'm waiting hopefully to find out very soon from the guys on Twitter and stuff, and as soon as I know, I'll let you guys know as well. But bug fixes and quality of life improvements is something we all need, because every single person, well, not every single person, but most people I see that reply to the devs on Twitter are like, just fix the game. That's usually the only thing you ever see. So just seeing more fixes come in and just improvements to the game is something we need. I don't know what they address at the moment, but I know that there are some big ones coming with version 2.7.9. And as you can see, 6 dinos updated and reworked on for the TLC. We're going to be going through all of the ones we know. We know 5 at the moment. If I'm missing out on a 6th one, because there's meant to be 6, let me know it in the comment section down below. But if I am missing one out, but I've got 5 to talk about in today's video. Obviously, this version for the PC is going to be version 2.7.9. On the Xbox, it will be a version 7.7.2, and on the PS4 it will be version 5.2.1. so that will be the update for the PS4 and the Xbox One, and they'll be getting everything that the PS4 has on the notes that you can see right now on the screen. Anything that's been said is what is coming. Now, I actually have some news about what is coming out on PS4, which some of you guys will know. It's Ark's PS4 Pro HDR mode with True Sky is incoming. Testing it now, should be in the next major PS4 update. So it's good to see major as well, because we sometimes know they always address it, whether it's going to be a small update or a big update. And I know there's a lot of people that get frustrated because when there's a major update, they're always between 20 to 30 gigabytes or 15 to 20 gigabytes, and people get very frustrated because they do take long depending on the speed of your internet. So I'm going to say it's going to be anywhere between 10 and 15 gigabytes the next update, and it'll be most likely later on in this month of March, more likely towards the end, because we haven't even got a release date for the PC, and it always gets released on the PC first, so we need to find a bit more about that. So HDR mode coming for the PS4. Hopefully it's a little bit better than what it's like on the Xbox One, because that has really got a lot of problems on the Xbox One X, and hopefully it's much better. A fix should be coming for a lot of that on the Xbox as well. We don't have the notes for the upcoming Xbox update yet, but a lot should be coming out with that, which would be great. And I'm seeing still so many problems on under mapping, and even though they fixed an exploit that allowed players to get through the map and mesh, there's still more going on, and it really does need to be addressed. And I'm really sorry to anyone that is having problems with that at the moment, because I've actually had a few this week of people sending me screenshots of people under the map and raiding them and stuff, so it's really not good. But we're going to be moving on to the Dino TLC Phase 2, talking about what dinos are going to be coming out. So starting off with number 1, you may have seen it in some videos before. This isn't in order or anything, it's just all the ones that are coming out from the community crunches and stuff. So the Sarco is getting a new change to the game. As you'll see on the left, it will be obviously the new Sarco, on the right will be the old one. Few changes to that just to make it look a bit more realistic, as you can see from its like bodywork and stuff. Looks pretty awesome. Not too big of changes, but the main stuff about the change to the Sarco is its actual in-game, like, you know, it's not always the look of them, it's like the new attacks and new things it does in the game. So introducing the Sarco has been often requested as a creature to receive a TLC pass, one of the earlier creatures added to the game, and over time it's become shadowed by other predators because it's just not used as much. And I feel like at the start of the game it was used so much more, and now it really isn't. On top of its visual update, the Sarco will also be receiving new abilities to keep better in line with the other, obviously, carnivores, the creatures of the Ark. The Sarco will be given 3 new attacks: a grab and roll attack, also known as a death roll. With smaller creatures, the Sarco will be able to grab and roll with them in its mouth. With a larger creature in it, will grab and spin aggressively. So, larger creatures, it won't be able to spin all the way around, but with smaller ones, it will be able to spin all the way around, like do like a proper turn, like how the crocodiles do in real life. Don't know what it's going to be like for us survivors on the game, what it can do if it does grab us, but that'll be interesting. I think it will just be aggressive, because I don't think spinning us around will work, but you never know. A 180-degree attack, wherein it can attack something directly behind itself by swinging its body around and biting behind itself. This is something that they've wanted to fix for a while. I know that because with a Sarco in the game, you can, if you're someone who's like a I don't know, has absolutely no weapons or something, who's just spawned in and a Sarco comes and attacks you, you can just run around it and it just can't get you, and it's so easy to get away from. Whereas with this, it will be able to do a 180 spin and literally get you, so it's going to be dangerous. And the other attack is a short lunge attack, where it'll be able to lunge forward to take its prey by surprise, so it won't just slowly walk towards you this time, it will lunge. Sarcos are natural, they're basically with piranhas, making them valuable partners. So if I'm just gonna sum this up in an easier way, the Sarco and the piranhas are now gonna follow each other quite a lot around, so that's gonna be interesting. If you see a Sarco in the water and it's around in the swamp area or just somewhere else, best believe there's probably going to be a piranha and a few piranhas following by its side. So that is the Sarco getting a change, and we're going to be moving on to the next one, which is something you would have seen in my most recent video, the Trike. So on the left, you'll see the new change of what the Trike's going to be looking like, and on the right, it's the old one. I think many of you guys know what the old one is if you play the game, and on the left, you'll see looking very muscly, this new Trike, which I suppose the old one didn't look like it could run very fast, and that one does look like it's a bit more powerful and a bit more scary. You know, it feels like you can actually take this one into battle now. It just looks that much more dangerous, and there's a lot to talk about of it. So the Triceratops is one of our oldest friends and earliest creatures implemented into the game, and it will be receiving both a gameplay update and a visual update, including facial changes plus a reskin. Generally, in terms of gameplay, we felt like the Trike was a relatively good, was in a relatively good place in regards to how much benefit it provided versus how difficult it was to obtain. And as an early game herbivore, we didn't want to do a complete redesign. However, it was clear to us that some were very obvious changes that needed to be made. First of all, the Trike or the Triceratops will receive the ability to perform a charge and ram attack. It has a short wind-up time to notify that the Trike is preparing to charge. The attack will build up speed and damage during the wind-up, and which then transfers to increased damage and ends up a ram attack, which will knock targets back and leave them stunned for a short period of time. Additionally, its herding instincts will be improved, resulting in 2 changes. So a rivalry buff, which will be applied to all nearby ally Triceratops when in range of large theropods and carnivores, that will increase their stat damage to mate boost as well. It will also increase the wild Triceratops aggro notify range by twice, so that other Trikes are more likely to come and basically come to its aid if it's in trouble. So this is going to have a new like charge and ram attack. So if you're going to hit it, or you might use a bow or something that's further away, it's going to start like preparing to charge at you, and then it will charge. I don't know how fast it's going to be, if it's just going to be the same speed, and then it will give you a the new ram attack, which then will make you go flying and you'll be stunned in the game. Another thing that it does now is that even though if you attack a dino and another one's nearby, it will help it out, but this is more likely that other trikes will come to its aid now, so I think they're going to be much harder to tame and to actually kill if you want some hide or something in game. Now moving on to the number 3, which is the Raptor. I didn't actually talk about the Raptor, and I've been wanting to do it for a while. The Raptor is getting a little bit of a change, and on the right you will see the old Raptor, and on the left you'll see the new one. I actually agree quite a lot with the change of this. Some people said they didn't, but I definitely feel like it does look a little bit more realistic than before. I kind of feel like the old Raptor, though, had a little bit more of a grin on it, whereas this one doesn't. And I don't know if you guys agree with me. Raptors seem to have, or we don't know, because obviously no one was around from here when dinosaurs were around. But I don't know, I just feel like... So my OBS decided to crash again. It keeps happening, so I can't actually remember what point I was at last time talking about the Raptors. I think it was just about saying the changes, and it still looks quite good, but anyway, we're going to be moving straight on to what's happening with the Raptor, what the big changes with it's going to be. So the Raptor is one of the most iconic creatures in Ark. Our goal with the Raptor is to keep it an essential early game tame to retain its usefulness to low level or new survivors battling on the Ark basically. The Raptor will continue to be an excellent scouting dino with its quick speed and high mobility, however it will now receive a small pack bonus. The pack leader will be able to do a special vocal thing that increases the pack's damage resistance, movement speed, and attack for 15 seconds with a 45-second cooldown. This will allow a group of raptors to stalk and pursue quick targets and quickly take them down. The Raptor will also have a pounce ability that allows it to jump and pin down players and smaller creatures. Once pounced upon, the Raptor can use its bite quickly to quickly kill its prey. Survivors on foot better be on the lookout for raptors that may be stalking them through the trees. So the Raptor is going to be really awesome now, guys. So if you all remember, like from Jurassic Park or something, with the Raptors or Jurassic World, where the Raptors do their sort of barking thing which like calls the other one, I think that the pack leader is now going to do some sort of noise like that, which gives them some sort of buff in the game. And also they're going to be able to jump on top of you, which will pin you to the floor, and then you have to fight off the ground basically using your weapon, which is going to be so interesting. Huge shout out to the Wildcard for the big change on the Raptor there. Really looking forward to that. Now moving on to the next 2, as I said, they said there's going to be 6, so if there's any I've missed out, make sure to let me know. But the first one is obviously going to be the RG. On the left is the new RG, and on the right is the old one. Looks it hasn't had the biggest of changes, but it just looks a little bit more realistic, and I think that's the whole idea of the TLC change. So the RG has long since been a favourite flyer to many. With its high health, weight and stamina, its essential air mount that now will be getting a little bit more love. The Dino TLC will grant the RG a new saddle that will receive reduced weight compatibilities on obsidian and various other materials, and the ability to craft smithy items without a saddle. The RG will now be able to carry 2 additional passengers, with one in its claws and one in its beak. The RG will be able to carry heavier than current creatures in its talons, and with its beak will be able to support the weight of smaller creatures. Lastly, upon consuming a corpse, the RG will receive a rapid health regeneration, making this vulture a very big aerial tank. So the main changes to the RG that we need to be looking out for is its weight is a little bit better. It can carry 3 people, so 1 riding, 1 in its beak, and 1, I can't remember, where was the other one? The 1 in its beak and 1 in its claws, so that's going to be 3 passengers, so it's going to be good for dropping players into bases and stuff, so you could bring like 2 at once on the RG, and it can bring small little creatures with you, so if you want to bring one of your little small dinos with you, one of your friends along, you can do that as well. Now, as you can see, the Spinosaurus, I don't know why I said Spinosaurus, but anyway, Spinosaurus is getting a change. On the left is the new one, on the right is the old one. Much more realistic, again, that's what I've been talking about for a while. So the stance of the Spinosaurus has been hotly debated since it first joined the game. Those for the stance enjoyed its dog-like run, while those felt like it was not true with like the real-world version of the dino. With the TLC Pass, the Spinosaurus will now be able to operate in both in both different stances. When on two legs, the Spino will move slower but be able to bite and use its claws to do increased damage, and while on four legs, it'll be able to move faster. So the Spinosaurus will be able to go on its two legs like a human, so it's going to be, I think how tall it's going to be, and it also will be able to be on four legs as well. So you're going to be able to have different modes, whether you want it to be on two legs or four legs, and it will do that whatever it chooses to do in the wild. That is going to be scary. I just think seeing a tall standing up Spinosaurus is going to be something that is definitely going to make them more used in the game as well, and much more likely to be running away from, depending if you're a new survivor in the game with less stuff. Due to its affinity to water, the Spino will receive a buff which applies a bonus to movement speed, turning radius, attack damage, and health regen when fighting in water, and it will last for some time after exiting the water. It will also prefer prime fish for taming over prime meat, and have an increased chance of gathering prime fish meat from other fishes in the water. So massive stuff going on there with the TLC. As I said, they said in the PC update that there's going to be 6, so if I have missed out one, please make sure to let me know in the comment section down below. There was a little thing on another community crunch where they told us some of the ones that are going to get some changes. There may not, I'm thinking to myself, is there a 6th one that just hasn't been announced yet that's going to get a change, or am I just missing it? It was really getting to me, but they're the 5 that we definitely know that's going to be coming with the TLC update number 2. And finally, moving on to the next thing, which was somewhere, I think it was here, which was which was talking about S+. I didn't want to be talking about this too long because we generally don't have any news, but this is every single response to Jeremy or to the devs when they're talking about an update with the game. What about S+? Now, I can't tell you guys what's happening with it, where it is, what's the release date or anything, because I generally don't have any of the news to give you, but all I can tell you is that it's still in the works. Many people are worried, saying, has it been, scrapped? Is it not coming? It's still in the works, guys, so don't worry about it not coming. It's still going to be made, because I know with Primal Survival, that's just not even being worked on at the moment, and they said they might look to doing it in the future, but it's generally just been stopped. But S+ is still in the works, but we just don't know when it's going to be released. We've got a third DLC that was meant to be spring, but it doesn't look like it's going to be spring 2018 now, because they took away it saying spring 2018, so that could be coming anytime this year. So maybe S+ could be coming before the third DLC, I really don't know, but I don't want to be talking off too much speculation and rumours and stuff, because I want to be giving you guys the legitimate news. But I wanted to add this into the end of the video, because everyone's saying, is S+ coming in the next update? Is S+ coming in the next update? I can't even tell you that. I would love it to, but I just can't see it at the moment. People are talking about it being summer, and that's what I'm thinking, but it would be great to have a last change saying, it's going to be S+ from when they say features to be announced. So it would be fantastic to see it coming in the next update, but I can't see it. Want to find out what these features are going to be. It's going to be interesting, but we'll be finding out as time does be going on later into this month. But if you did enjoy today's video and you got all the news you need to know, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you are new to the channel. This is where you're going to be getting your daily Ark news when I do daily uploads. When I say daily, I mean whenever there is big news that's come out, then that is where you're going to be getting everything you need to know on this channel, guys. So make sure to stick around for more. Thank you for all the support, and I'll be catching you guys in my next video. See you guys later.